Now to an I-team investigation and protecting those who protect us. The number of reported U.S. military sexual assaults continues to climb.
And tonight, a survivor is sharing her story with I-team investigative reporter Kylie McGivern.
Senior Airman Chelsey Woodard and her attorney tell us the change doesn't go far enough, and they are coming together with other survivors in a push to overturn a Supreme Court decision that currently prevents military members from filing lawsuits against fellow service members. Coming home from MacDill Air Force Base, Senior Airman Chelsey Woodard leaves one world behind and enters another.
Come on. You got it. No.
The military melting away,
Braxton, come.
the present grounding her.
This is my spot. I can just come right here and then just let it take the day away, you know? Just watch the waves and just relax.
The work she unwinds from, once uplifting.
I would just come to work smiling. You know, I had a reason to smile. And it really just took my breath away to see how happy I came in, to go through something so traumatic, and then to regain some of that happiness. I don't know how I made it through this, but I'm glad I did.
This at Osan Air Base in South Korea on her birthday.
We were out, we were having a good time, and everything just took a turn from the worst there. You know, we were in COVID lockdown and they had like a bonfire at one base to kind of bring people together. I wasn't expecting it to go the way that it did.
Woodard says she was raped that night. A few months later,
I was talking to someone who knew him from his previous base, and when I described what happened, it was like almost immediately, he was like, he does this all the time. He did it to another girl here and some girls at the last base. And I was like, so he's a predator? And he was like, it really propelled me forward when it came to reporting and saying something.
Woodard went to the Air Force's Sexual Assault Prevention and Response Program.
They told me to just talk to your chain of command and see if they can move you. And when I did that, you know, it just went left. It went left.
Woodard was moved to an area that still put her in contact with her abuser.
That's where the individual who did the assault was.
Woodard decided to file a report that would trigger an investigation, meaning the assault accusation was no longer confidential.
They flipped the script. I became public enemy number one, and it got worse.
The number of sexual assault reports made to the Department of Defense have continued to climb. The latest year, 2022, just under 9,000 reports, according to the DoD's annual report on sexual assault in the military. The highest increase in reported incidents from the Air Force, a 13% increase. Secretary of the Air Force Frank Kendall put out this video in response.
This is simply unacceptable. I've met with survivors and I've listened to their experiences in excruciating detail. I've listened as they've shared how they grappled with the decision to report, wondering how taking that important step could impact their own lives and careers.
For Woodard, the impact included diagnosing her with a paranoid personality disorder, suspending her security clearance, delaying her promotions, and beginning separation proceedings against her, according to a letter Woodard's attorney wrote to General Charles Brown, Jr.
So how is it that I've done all these things with all these medical evaluations and nobody caught this multi-personality disorder until I reported the sexual assault? Really?
Then another mental health provider told her this.
You don't have this, you have PTSD. And they're treating you as if you're crazy, which is making it worse.
They were using the same tactics that I see all the time. So when the military is still allowed to police itself, this is what you get.
Woodard's attorney, Lindsay Knapp.
I am an Army veteran. I'm an attorney. I'm a survivor of sexual assault and domestic violence, and I run an organization called Combat Sexual Assault. And there we represent service members and veterans who have been retaliated against for reporting. According to the Department of Defense, more than 60% of service members who report a sexual assault are being retaliated against.
We contacted the Air Force, who directed us to Osan Air Base. In response, the 51st Fighter Wing told us it has a zero-tolerance policy for sexual assault and harassment. Each case is investigated under the Department of Defense guidelines. The safety and well-being of our airmen is and will continue to be our top priority.
So she was transferred from 2 installations because of the retaliation that she's experienced since reporting. I'm in awe of Chelsey for as far as she has taken this. The only way we're going to see any meaningful change regarding sexual assault in the military is when we find a clear path for service members to hold people accountable. And so until we allow our service members to have those same rights as their civilian counterparts, we are still going to be here.
And if me coming forward and putting my story out there helps the people at the top say, you know what, maybe we do need to do a hard change. We should look at how we hold our military leaders accountable. Maybe that's a step in the right direction, and that's what we need.
Woodard has made a complaint with the Department of Defense's Inspector General to investigate what happened to her. Her attorney says that's the only path forward they have without a change in federal law. The Office of the Inspector General says its policy is to neither confirm nor deny the existence of an ongoing investigation to protect the integrity of the investigative process. Woodard and Knapp will be making another trip to visit lawmakers in D.C. next month, joining fellow military survivors of sexual assault and family members of those who never made it home after their abuse. With photojournalist Randy Wright, I'm I-Team investigator Kylie McGivern taking action for you.